Pats Nation needs your help. We are getting so close to 6,000 subscribers here on Patriots Today. Just over 100 away from reaching that milestone. If you liked our coverage that we've been bringing you on the channel of daily news and rumors, live shows, watch parties, and more, then go ahead and subscribe for free today. And with more subscribers means more content. So come on in, stay a while, join the family. Let's reach 6,000 subscribers right now, and we'll get started with this edition of Patriots Today. Mac Jones, could he be replaced? On today's show, I have the top 5 options for the New England Patriots if they were to decide right now they were done with Mac Jones, who could step in and fill that void. Now, things seem to be going okay for Mac Jones to begin 2023. So how did we get here? What changed for the New England Patriots of why they could be going a different direction? Well, last week against the Dallas Cowboys, Jones put up one of the worst performances of his entire career with 3 turnovers, giving up 2 defensive touchdowns. And the Mac Jones we saw as a rookie, he took a significant step back in year 2. Now you look at year 3 after he looked all right in those first few games. This was a huge step in the wrong direction. And now the Patriots find themselves considering all options here at this point. The numbers for Mac Jones so far this season: a completion percentage below 64%, less than 900 yards passing, 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, a low touchdown-to-interception ratio. So where could New England go from here? The obvious choice of who would be the first potential replacement option would be right there in-house with Bailey Zappe, the current QB2 for the New England Patriots. But, I mean, it's no secret that the Patriots have had their doubts when it comes to Bailey Zappe, as he ultimately did not make the initial 53-man roster at the beginning of the season. They've been shopping around, trying to find a veteran of some sort. Started with Matt Corral there for a hot minute. And now here they are. They've been trying to find some competition, trying some better option of some sorts, and they haven't been able to find it. Bailey Zappe, in the time that we've seen him play, he's 2-0 as a starter. He's got 2 career starts in 5 games played, but the inconsistencies have been the issue with Bailey Zappe. In particular, what we saw in the preseason was just simply not good. You got Will Grier there competing with Bailey Zappe, but Will Grier is not going to be your realistic option either. They could do this. This would be something that would be, I think, the quickest fix of sorts. But if I were to guess, if you go to Zappe, you're probably not going to get any better results than what you're getting with Mac Jones right now. And I believe the Patriots are well aware of that as well. Our pinned comment today: should the Patriots replace Mac Jones right now? Not talking about the offseason or anything like that, but at this very moment. Is it time to bench Mac Jones? If you think it is, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. Let us know what you think. Number 2 on our list is Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins. And you look at Kirk Cousins, he's had a very good career for the most part, but hasn't been able to win the big games. That's been the theme. Really good numbers, but not getting it done in the postseason. And, you know, I'll say this. When I look at where Kirk Cousins could potentially end up in the situation that he falls in right now, the Vikings, they're off to a really bad start to this year. Their season is falling apart. Cousins is going to be a free agent at the end of this year. It is going to be a full-on rebuild mode for this Minnesota Vikings team. They are starting over. So if you're the Vikings, you potentially move on from Cousins here and hit that reset button because you know you're not going to bring him back anyway. Try to get something out of him. And in the short term, at least for the right now, this is the best option the New England Patriots can do. With available quarterbacks that could be moved, Kirk Cousins is that guy. A 4-time Pro Bowler, led the league in completion percentage in 2015. But a lot of money that he is owed. $35 million fully guaranteed for this season. to potentially be that guy. And you think about it, the Patriots only have one more win than the Minnesota Vikings right now. So it's not like they're much better off than the position Minnesota is in at the moment. Cousins not necessarily the reason why the Vikings are in the position that they are. He's got 11 touchdowns, completion percentage near 69%, in over 1,200 yards so far this season. So what would it take to bring in Kirk Cousins, to do a trade if you wanted him in New England? Well, I think that you could probably get it done with a second-round pick and with Mac Jones in a package deal. Cousins could be yours and then take on that contract and have to extend him from there. What about Cousins? Should the Patriots trade for Kirk Cousins? Chime in the comment section. Let us know what you think. T for trade, P for pass. If they should trade for Kirk Cousins or not, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Today's edition of Patriots Today is presented by Prize Picks. Testing my skills in Prize Picks this football season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Prize Picks is really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. It's that easy, folks. And there's a couple of these picks that have caught my eye for this upcoming weekend in particular that I want to tell you about here in just a moment. But where you get your entries, where you place them, here's what you do, folks. You go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit matchup up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS and code CLNS for daily fantasy sports made easy. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS and code CLNS for daily fantasy sports made easy. This edition of Patriots Today is presented by Prize Picks. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this football season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Prize Picks is really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. And there's a couple of picks that I really like for this week in the National Football League. I like Brock Purdy for more than 235 passing yards against the Dallas Cowboys. Also, Patrick Mahomes for more than 299.5 passing yards against the Minnesota Vikings. You can get your picks in over at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS and code CLNS for daily fantasy sports made easy. Number 3 on the list is Ryan Tannehill for very similar reasons to what we laid out comparably to Kirk Cousins in just a few moments ago. But the different circumstance for Tannehill is that he's not nearly as good as Cousins is. And Tannehill right now, at this point in his career, would not be that much of an upgrade, quite frankly, from what you're getting out of Mac Jones at this point in time, if any upgrade at all. But I would say this. The biggest story of some sorts of Ryan Tannehill's career is the comeback effort that he made when he lost his job with the Miami Dolphins. His career could have been over. Ends up in Tennessee, loses that job to Marcus Mariota, and then ends up taking Mariota's job away, turns it into a Pro Bowl campaign, one comeback player of the year. Maybe as the Titans give up on Tannehill, we could see that happen again for Ryan Tannehill, another bounce back of some sorts to be able to find his way back into the limelight there. We mentioned comeback player of the year in 2019, Pro Bowler, led the league in passing, and his money right now, you're looking at around $27 million, and obviously the Titans have already paid part of that as well. Let's show you some statistics now when it comes to Ryan Tannehill of what he's done as of late. This season, not off to the best of starts with a 62% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions so far this year. Last year had 13 touchdowns and 6 picks on that front. Trade idea potentially to make this happen. I I think if you're the Patriots, you're looking at getting Tannehill. You give up about a 6th-round pick at Mac Jones, and you get the deal done. It's not a great situation, but if you're looking to move on, looking to salvage your season of some sorts, Tannehill's a potential option there. Another trade idea for New England potentially is going with a very familiar name to Patriots fans, Jimmy Garoppolo of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I got to tell you, things are not going well for Jimmy G right now. I know Belichick likes Jimmy G a lot. It's no secret. You remember years ago when he tried to replace Brady with Jimmy G. But the truth of the matter is Jimmy G simply isn't very good, and he's been injury-prone and can't stay healthy. In fact, he's already banged up in Las Vegas, and he hasn't even been there that long. Patriots drafted him in 2014 out of Eastern Illinois, and he has won a lot of football games. That's what you can say about Jimmy G, although he has not been a guy to put up the best statistics. He has been a winner, playing in 3 NFC championships, playing in a Super Bowl with the 49ers, but his contract is not great for a guy his caliber. 3 years, $67.5 million, just beginning that contract that he signed with the Raiders this offseason. His statistics so far through 3 games this season, Jimmy G has 5 touchdowns with 6 picks, over 700 yards passing. Last year had 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in San Francisco before he got hurt. What would it take for a trade to get Jimmy G? I think the Raiders would actually give you back something if you took Jimmy G off their hands at this point. You could get Jimmy G in a 5th-round pick, I think, in exchange for giving up Mac Jones to the Las Vegas Raiders there. None of these, I understand, sound that great, but if you had to pick one, which guy would you rather trade for, considering this circumstance for New England? Is it Cousins? Is it Tannehill? Is it Garoppolo? Type K for Kirk Cousins, type R for Ryan Tannehill, or G for Jimmy G. Weigh in the comment section. Tell me which one it is that makes the most sense for New England. Last on the list, can't talk about quarterbacks that are available without mentioning Carson Wentz, the free agent quarterback that is still out there, remains unsigned at this point. And bottom line is this when it comes to Carson Wentz. He is a bad quarterback. He is not good at football. He is a bad teammate. He's not a leader. Cowherd was right about him, about the backwards hat thing, and we've heard the stories about how he's carried himself. Carson Wentz just ain't that guy. And this would be the absolute worst-case scenario of all the possible options out there. Played for the Eagles, and that didn't work out. Played for the Colts, that didn't work out. Commanders last year was a mess. He's been living off of one good season in 2017 before he tore his ACL and rode that into 2 other jobs, starting jobs in the National Football League. But for the most part, really since that injury, he hasn't been the same player. He hasn't had a good attitude. I would not want Carson Wentz anywhere near my football team, and I would not want him in New England as things stand right now. So I'm passing on Carson Wentz if that is one of the options potentially for the New England Patriots there. So with that said, that is a look at the potential options on today's show. You can see they're not that great for New England if they were going to move on from Mac Jones, as Zappe's number 1. Cousins could be on the trade market. Tannehill, Garoppolo as well. And then Carson Wentz is available in free agency. Obviously, you wouldn't have to give up anything for him. So we'll see what the Patriots do. Subscribe to the channel for more Patriots coverage. Help us get to 6,000 subscribers today. I believe we can. Can you guys make it happen? We'll see you next time right here on Patriots Today.